The Desert Phantom Tier 5 Desperado Monkey is here, and guys, just read up on the description of this thing. They say Desperado hits so hard it's like a mind blast. And actually we know that it's like a mind blast because we've actually gotten a glimpse of this tower in the early access videos that we did, but today we're gonna do a deep dive on the entire bottom path Tier 5 Desperado Monkey. So in the past few days we have taken a look at basically all of these cross paths, every individual upgrade started from the top, then went through the middle, and now it's time for the bottom cross path, which after my early access testing, it came out to be my my most favorite one out of all of them. Although I tried the Golden Justice yesterday and I was really happy with that thing as well. But when it comes to price and power, I absolutely love the bottom path. So let me just start buying some upgrades because this is going to be kind of necessary to do it early on. So apparently this Nomad guy actually does make a decent amount of money, and I'm not sure if it's a bug or not. We're going to try it out actually in this video. So let me just buy the upgrade first. But apparently it doesn't matter how many Desperado Nomads you buy, you're still gonna get the money from leaking Bloons anyway. So for example, I think that the ratio is 1-to-1. So for example, a red Bloon has 1 HP and therefore it's gonna give you $1. So let's actually purposely let this guy leak, and I'm gonna buy one more Nomad as soon as we get the cash. We should be starting to see some leaks on this one actually. This is round 8, so let's just kind of watch the cash. What are we leaking? How much money are we gonna make? Oh, we're gonna have cash for another Nomad, and so that's gonna be I wasn't quite able to catch that. Alright, so let's watch this round. We have 21 lives and then we need to stop, but this specific, oh, they do work actually. I think that we got like $16, I think it was. Wait a minute, wait, I think we got $16, and I guess the ratio is not 1-to-1 then. I guess it's 2-to-1. Yeah, these guys do actually stack, so that's really cool. I mean, how far can you push this on non-chimps modes? I don't know. Actually, sounds like a plan to test out. Alright, so actually kind of barely surviving these early rounds. We have innate camo from Azili, so that's gonna kind of save us $160. So I want to be putting a little bit of cash into these farms early on. The upgrades are kind of cheap, honestly. So the Enforcer is 2.3k, which is, I guess, relatively cheap for tier 3, especially for what it does. But the true fun with this crosspath starts once you buy the 4th tier, the Avenger, because this guy, he releases shrapnel and he knocks back Moab class Bloons. And spoiler alert, that thing works on ZOMGs for some reason. Alright, so I'm gonna buy our first marketplace. I think we're gonna chill with the farms and with the, we need to get some upgrades going essentially. So we're gonna have some camo Bloons on 36. Not sure if Azili can hold all of them, so let's just buy the upgrades. I'm gonna go for the bullseye as well. I think the best way that this guy works the bottom cross path is by combining it with the middle one, because they kind of cancel each other out with the top cross path. I'm sure you guys have already heard so far, but I'm just gonna mention it again. The top cross path attacks faster the fewer Bloons are radius, and the bottom cross path, the Nomad one, attacks faster the more Bloons are in range. There's actually a graph that I saw on Reddit made by someone. So essentially the way that these guys work together is they cancel each other out, and maybe it's like a little bit of a net attack speed boost. And you guys can actually see that even though I tried placing these towers as far away as possible, we're still taking away attack speed from the pistol, but the shotgun is currently maxed out. So this is a 30% extra attack speed, and we kind of had to buy the Enforcer. You know, this is a good upgrade. I mean, it gives them a little bit of AoE for sure. It knocks back Bloons. Works kind of similar to the Buckshot Darting if you have to compare it to something, but the true fun of the bottom crosspath starts with the Avenger upgrade. So let's see how we're gonna do versus this Moab first. We know that the Azili does a lot of damage, and let's see how everything is gonna. We do have the Sacrificial Totem if necessary, but let's see Azili's damage go at it a little bit. Alright, so we get down to ceramics. Now is this guy and the shotgun gonna hold them? We need some knockbacks, and are we getting them? I think we are. Yes, there we go. We need to start placing some other towers to give him even more attack speed, but we need to be careful with the placement actually. So let's have the village like somewhere around this area. I was thinking when you buy the bigger radius, you should barely clip him in. Yes, there we go. Okay, so let me get the jungle jumps, just give him a little bit extra attack speed. And let's wait for 49 to test this thing, because I had a combo in mind. I wanted to try it, so let's try it early on into the game first. So the combo is that you want to use Azili's Sacrificial Totem, right? And this totem gives you a bunch of things. It gives camo protection, it gives attack speed, attack range, and projectile speed to nearby monkeys. Oh, even Pierce, actually. Alright. Now the thing is, if we lose lives, then that is going to trigger the Nomad's passive ability, which is going to give even more range and more attack speed to this guy. So these guys, both of these guys should be combining very well together. So let's have the totem like this, and when the ceramics come out, I'm actually going to use the totem, and we should get a lot of extra range and just the passive ability get activated. So let's just wait a second and use it now. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Look at this guy go. Look at his range in the shotgun though. His range became so big that he actually now gets the village inside of the range, but around 49 the ceramics are gone. Wow, that's a combo, isn't it? Alright, so we might have some problems with this village placement now that I look at this. So let's get the primer training, which is going to give him even more range. And then where do we want to place the alchemist? Like, oh, this guy needs to be so far away, actually. Let's have the alchemist like, yeah, like this. It buffs it. So let's go for a 4-2-0 strongest stim. Alright, and before upgrading to the Avenger, let's just kind of give this guy like this round and maybe 54 to see how he does. So he's not supposed to be dealing with mob class balloons at this point because he has basically just the ability to knock back small balloons, and that's kind of his thing. So we're only buffing him with just like a basic village, I guess, and just the strongest stim alchemist. He seems to be holding down the ceramics very nice. I'm actually going to sell the boomerang here on the side so that it's only this guy attacking. Yeah, definitely holding back the... Let's just have a Zillion strong so she's only focusing down the mob class balloons. Yeah, definitely holding down the ceramics, but we do need a little bit of extra attacks. Oh, some leaks. Nah, never mind. It's actually holding on its own. That's very good. Alright, so let me finally about the Avenger. In my opinion, this is a busted upgrade and something needs to give. Like, either he's not going to be knocking back ZOMGs or the price has to go up like by a lot, or maybe some number shenanigans, like maybe less spears. But let's just buy the Avenger actually. And when you buy the Avenger, basically the weapons get upgraded and you get additional shrapnel now from his shotgun. Now, when lives are lost, weaker balloons only take 1 life for a short amount of time. And the way that this works, as I read up on the wiki, is that it works for rainbows and below. So basically, if you leak a ceramic, it's going to be the normal amount of lives, but rainbows and below only 1 life. And that's not a strategy I don't think. I mean, I guess it is, but it's like just so hard to pull this thing off and to time it that I would rather just be using like a Zealous totem instead of just like trying to leak the specific balloon to get the proc speed on the attack speed. Let's see how it does versus 63. One of the things that it's lacking is obviously going to be less popping power, but versus these ceramic waves, oh my god, that was 1 shot only? This guy seriously only took 1 shot to defeat the entire wave of ceramics? I mean, I thought the Golden Justice was the same, but this guy, oh my god, that was 2 shots this time. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit weaker then. I thought the 4th tier was kind of cracked, but this guy is, he's in a league of his own, especially for the money that we're paying for this guy, right? So let's watch 84. He should be keeping all these guys in place and then just popping them in like just a handful of shots. We are critting. I guess I see a lot of crits appearing over these mob class balloons, so what that tells me is that maybe the shrapnel is critting as well, or maybe there's like a million pellets being launched and they have an individual chance to crit. Alright, 2 BFVs, let's see how we hold these guys, and then he's obviously not going to struggle until 75, so let's just see how we're holding them. That's like, he's like 2-shotting the balloons. There's something wrong with this tower. I don't think this should be happening. Like, here's the thing, it's not only the fact that he's stunning them, but it's the fact that he's 2-shotting them on top of stunning them. So imagine this guy just doing 0 damage, right? That would still be kind of, I guess, decent, because he's just holding these balloons, these mob class balloons in place forever. I mean, look at what he's doing. This is like a couple of mobs and like groups of BFBs, and everyone is being kept in place. But it's not only the fact that he's stalling them, like he's just straight up 2-shotting them, which is insane. Look, there's like 3 BFBs stacked behind each other, and look at just what this guy is doing. So as soon as they get into shotgun range, that's like 3 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots, 6, done. Huge wave on 76 of ceramics. That was like a 3-shot as well, I think. 5 VABs incoming now, and just keep in mind we haven't even started buffing this guy properly, so we have so much room to grow in like the 80s and the 90s. But let's just watch what is happening. I guess let me just keep him on strong, because why not? Let's just have him focusing down mob class balloons. That's just 5 BFBs gone in a second. Let's try the combo though. We're here to have some fun, so I'm gonna use the sacrificial totem and let's just get a bunch of attack speed, but when we have these fortified BFBs come in range, because they're a little bit stronger. So let's use it now, and that's a lot of extra range. We lost all of our extra attack speed, by the way. Oh, I'm not sure if we were like net benefiting from this because we've lost all the extra attack speed. I mean, I guess we have a lot of range, but yeah, we're probably gonna need to either move some towers or what. Okay, so let's watch 84 and then let's get ready for moving some towers, which, just to be clear, it's absolutely impractical to do on Chimps mode, but I guess we could do it right here. Basically, anything that's not Chimps mode is gonna be super fun. So here's how we can do things. Number 1, we can buy the permabrew, which is gonna give him the buff, but we can remove the permabrew of its range. So let's just buy a Chinook here on the side. Let me remove the permabrew out of his range so that we get the extra attack speed forever, even when we use the Azili totem. We should actually test it on this round. So we're about to face 4 ZOMGs. So let's just wait a second so these guys come a little bit closer closer, and let's boom. Let's use it. Alright, so we get the sacrificial totem, 20% extra attack speed, and let's just watch this thing. Oh my god, that is so insane. Holding 4 ZOMGs in place and actually just destroying them like it's nothing. We're gonna face our first DDTs though, and I'm pretty sure that this guy cannot see lead balloons unless he's getting buffed. Now we do have the AMD buff, so if he can see them, he can actually knock back DDTs as well, as which he's absolutely doing. It's time for us to get some other upgrades going for this guy. So first off, let's get the overclock. We still haven't bought the Desert Phantom, by the way, just because the Avenger is like this busted upgrade that I'm telling you guys about this entire time. So let's actually just watch 91, and after 91 we're gonna buy the Desert Phantom, which is an even stronger version of this guy. Do we need to overclock? Is this gonna be the final round for the Avenger, by the way? I mean, 91 is like ridiculously respectable of course, but I don't think it is gonna be the last round, guys. I think he's gonna knock everyone back. Oh my god, he actually did it. He beat 91. Alright, so finally we have a lot of things to do, so let's get the Desert Phantom. Now nothing changes like in terms of its range or like the I guess the projectiles. He just gets a couple of extra projectiles, a lot more shrapnel coming out of the shotgun for sure. But the key thing about this guy is that now he not only that he gets a lot of extra attack speed, but now he does these like chain explosions, which you guys might be able to see. He also sets Bloons on fire, and the knockback is improved along the just basically across the board versus all types of Bloons. So if we watch the ZOMGs now, if he was dealing them, he was actually dealing them as when he was like an Avenger, like with the Desert Phantom is just not even funny at this point. And yeah, we do get some explosions getting triggered, by the way, which is just like annihilating huge balloons, huge groups of balloons at once. Alright, so let's watch a couple of DDTs as well. These DDTs are getting pushed back so hard actually with the Desert Phantom, and let's buy some other types. I'm gonna sell one of the farms. I'm gonna buy the Ultra Boost because I do want to get a lot more attack speed in. Let's also start getting some other towers going. So for example, let's buy 95 on the field. Let's watch 95 without the Ultra Boost or anything, but we do need to get the stacks going actually, so that we can get to 10 stacks as soon as possible. But it's not even close. It's like actually not even close. Like when we do get this chain reaction happening, you can actually see this chain reaction thing explained, quote unquote explained in the description. They say Desperado hits so hard it's like a mind blast. Well, the explosions are that mind blast thingy, but obviously the description is Ninja Kiwi TM. Alright, so 98 is going to be an absolutely ridiculous round because I do plan on using the sacrificial totem. So as soon as these guys start coming in a little bit close to the shotgun range, I'm gonna just wait for the ZOMGs in a second, and then bam, let's use it. Let's watch. Oh my god, his range is just so insane, and look at him. Look at him go at it. That is 98 done. He's critting on every shot. This is because the Bloons are far away from him. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. And this thing is still lasting, by the way. I think it lasts for like 15 seconds, but I'm not exactly sure what the downtime is. It's at least a minute from my testing so far, but that's around 98. Not even close, guys. Is he gonna be pushing back the 45 DDTs like crazy? Yes or yes? It looks like a yes to me. These guys are not going anywhere. So I'm gonna sell one of these farms. I'm gonna buy the Homeland, and I guess if we do lose to something, it's likely gonna be something like this, like a super beefy big balloon. This thing obviously cannot get knocked back. So yeah, just the second that these balloons start getting a little bit beefier, that is where we're gonna see our first signs of trouble. So let's get the Ultra Boost going. We're at like 4 stacks, just max attack speed on the shotgun. Alright, we need to activate everything that we've got for this one. So let's use the Ultra Boost, and when he starts using the shotgun, I'm gonna use the Homeland. Yes, there we go. Let's use it. Sacrificial totem is up. I'm actually gonna use that thing as well. And this is basically, he's not maxed out at this point, but he's attacking super fast. I mean, the pops are going super fast. He's not setting the bad balloon on fire though, is one thing that I'm noticing. So that's interesting. But is he actually gonna lose? No, he's not gonna lose to it. He actually just pops it the last second, and he's pushing these guys back like a downdraft heli, like a push up heli. He actually pushes everyone back like a Moab push up heli. That is crazy. Alright, so 7 stacks in the Ultra Boost. Let me sell both of these farms now, and I do want to buy another sub just to get some of these cooldowns back, namely the Sacrificial Totem, but also the Homeland ability actually, which is gonna be really nice. And then one other tower that this guy works really well with is gonna be the Relentless Glue. And even if you don't have like all these buffs, you're obviously doing this for fun, but in a normal game, like just an alchemist, just the village, and then you buy the Relentless Glue, and there's no way you lose because these guys are just gonna be stopping everything. So I'm actually gonna buy it. But this guy is just such a perfect chimps tower. It's actually insane. I'm gonna try this guy on chimps, by the way. I want to try and get 2 million pops with him. That's gonna be one of the future videos, but there's a lot of ZOMGs on this one, and they're 45 to the back. So let's actually do the Sacrificial Totem combo. Let's just see this guy go at it. Look at the shotgun just attacking, pushing everyone back. And the further these guys are, the more he's critting, obviously, so it kind of works well together with itself, and that's like this huge wave of ZOMGs gone. I'm gonna tell you guys the exact round in which this guy is gonna lose. and that is 119. And the reason is that there's going to be a bad balloon on that round. So anything besides it's not a bad balloon, this guy could just keep in place forever, it seems like. Let's do the combo versus this huge wave of ZMGs because it's super fun. So Sacrificial Totem, let's use the Homeland as well, and let's just watch everything get melted. Oh my god, what a tower this Desperado is. I mean, he's actually pushing the back outside of his range, and we're kind of even wasting some of the extra bonuses in the attack speed that we've gotten. I guess there are a couple of small things that we can do to improve his buff. So I guess one of those things is going to be getting a temple. The temple can actually be very far away, so it doesn't interrupt the shotgun extra attack speed buff. But we can also do a Lord of the Abyss, and actually don't want to do this thing because this one is gonna interfere with the extra attack speed. So not exactly sure, but this is the bad balloon, so I'm gonna give it my best. Actually, it's not gonna be one. Let's use the Sacrificial Totem. Let's use the Homeland to let's see if we can deal with these guys. But I'm fairly certain that with all the attack speed in the world, I mean, I don't want to jinx it. We're probably gonna deal with the first one. We have a shot at dealing with the second one, but the third one is likely just gonna walk through. So one more Homeland incoming. Let's just use it. You know what? Let me even just buy something like this, like a super build. Does this take away the attack speed? Oh no, it does. Okay, let's trade off 10% attack speed for like plus 5 damage. Is that even worth it? I don't know, probably not. Yeah, let's sell it. But we don't seem to be dealing with the first one even. And I think I was right, guys. I was right. The 119 is gonna be the last round for this guy. But this is just like the perfect Chimp's tower. It's like not even close. He's so overpowered, especially on the tier 4, that I stand by what I said. Even if he does like 0 damage, the tier 4 is still overpowered in just that he's keeping every balloon in place. And that is the Desert Phantom, which concludes our series into the tier 5 Desperado Monkey upgrades. I'm gonna link the videos to the top and the middle path in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.